Give me a bite. Give me a bite. Give me a piece of that. Give me a bite. Give me a piece of that. Give me a piece of that. I love a piece of that. Bite-sized Thursday.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome back to Bite-Sized Thursday, and we're sticking with our great month. It's Doctor Who month. Is Jared's eating cereal?
Bite-sized.
Oh, bite-sized.
It's a candy bar, bro.
A candy bar.
A candy bar, bite-sized.
You can take a bite.
Bite's nice.
They're about this big, right?
Bites.
Dickey, you would know.
Okay.
That's not a no. That's not a no. That's okay, Dickey. We
It's
both.
not that side anyway. I am not talking about that because it is not true. I am of average. Okay. Anyway, I was gonna say, make sure to grab your bow ties and grab your vests.
What did you do?
You saw what he did.
I know exactly what he did, but what has he done to this podcast now?
No.
All I'm saying is we are on to Matt Smith today. We're watching Victory of the Daleks. What series it is, I don't know because
5.
they changed. It's 5 because they changed.
It was 5. It says 5 on my Blu-ray case.
Because didn't it like
It's Eccleston and then 3 Tenet season series, and then
There's 3 Tenet seasons, and then the specials season, and then
the specials
Matt
exist
Smith.
outside of normal seasons, right? Kind of.
But they're important to his story.
Yes, but it's not like it's not like a one season. But anyway,
It's boxed like a season. It's just 5 episodes.
yeah, it's super interesting. But I'm so like I said this every single episode. I don't remember what happens at all.
I really like this episode. It has it spawned one of the most iconic Doctor Who posters, which the editor will put on screen now.
the victory thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. And also, this is Clara, right?
No, this is Amy.
This is Amy and Rory. Is Rory in this too?
No.
Okay.
So Rory wasn't around until the vampire episode of Series 5. You know, the vampires under the water in Venice.
After they left Stars Hollow.
So
That's Gilmore. It's Stars Hollow, right?
but
I thought it was a funny
you know what episode I'm talking.
I'm pretty sure I know. Well,
I think this is like the
them.
2 episodes before that. It's like the 3rd episode of that series.
Gotcha. Because I'm not gonna lie.
But sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like us, and they might have done it like way more in the past, but I like the idea of having like the 2 companions.
Yes, they did very well to have Amy and Rory be companions on there consistently together.
Mm-hmm.
But they wrote them into oblivion, and they are very bad characters by the end.
I think that's
not that I don't like them. It just gets frustrating to watch.
Love it. I love Amy Pond and Rory
Macklemore.
I hope it is.
Well,
what's it? Oh,
well,
what is his last name?
McElroy, not Macklemore. Macklemore.
I don't.
Yeah, McElroy.
I don't know, but his storyline in the 5th series with the whole like Centurion thing, is great, and then they just ruin it.
That's the half beast, half man thing.
That's a centaur.
Keep going.
Anyway, I'm really excited to get into this. Jared, I'm really quick. Do you have any expectations from all the episodes that we've seen?
I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind.
He does not like this month.
Yeah.
It's because I don't have the context. We're jumping into the middle of something that requires context.
Yes.
That is valid. That's valid. I mean, it's cool because I mean, like, everyone on Doctor Who is like...
It's okay because we are enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it very much.
And, we had to sit through...
and you enjoyed Anime Month because it was actually animated
in
another
and
language.
Dickey and I had to sit through the trilogy of the Berenstain Bears. So this is your reckoning.
We all have our own minds. We all have our
This is your penance.
Yeah, this is like 6 weeks, though. I gave you 3, and they weren't.
It felt like 6 weeks.
Believe me, it felt like a year. But anyway, I'm excited to get into this. Anything else you want to mention before we watch this episode?
I'm good.
All right, let's do this, guys. Without any further ado,
take a bite.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We just watched Matt Smith as the Doctor taking down the Daleks and victory of the Daleks, and it's good. Shocker! I don't think there's a single episode that I'm going to watch and I'm not going to say it's good.
Not a Dalek episode.
Not a Dalek episode.
Maybe like a... Gosh, I can't even think of a bad one right now.
Right?
Midnight.
That's not that's a good one though.
And I'm sure there's
The only one I know.
I'm sure there's
Everyone
plenty
loves
of,
that because they showed the Time of the Angels preview, and everyone that's the one that I hear the most about, other than the what's the other one, the other big one from all the series?
Blink.
Yeah, that was
the original one with the.
Is it just called Blink or is it called Don't Blink? I thought it was called
I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, the original was David Tennant doing the wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't blink.
Don't.
That's the episode that hooks everyone on Doctor Who. I think.
Really?
I think
such a cool.
I think that's the one that people like us would show someone like Jared.
Mm-hmm. It's just like the idea.
Which begs the question. Go ahead.
It's the idea of those monsters that only move when you don't look at them. It's a really cool premise, and I think it's good to hook people.
It begs the question: why didn't I pick that for Doctor Who month?
Well, are there that many episodes with the angels in them?
Yes, and they get progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. And you run into the same sort of issue where the pivot point of the series or season or whatever rests on that. And I was trying very hard not to spoil it for Jared. Although I don't think he's going to go through and watch Doctor Who.
Right
because obviously at the end of this episode, spoilers, obviously it's just, you see the crack in the wall. And
I mean, that's not really a spoiler. That's just a thing that goes throughout the...
It is.
Okay, so what they were talking about when they were talking about Dalek and planets in the sky, at the end of Tennant's 4th series, the Daleks brought planets together to make some kind of time machine or some kind of energy... It was like an energy machine or something.
Yeah.
They had to be in like a specific alignment and specific masses and all this other BS. Sci-fi BS.
Yes.
Kind
of like planes flying.
And the idea of those cracks that you saw at the end is that they are eating history, because later in this season, the TARDIS explodes and creates the cracks everywhere in the universe at all points in time at once.
It's kind of like everything everywhere all at once because it goes back.
Those are different universes, though. This is all one.
That's a good
this
point.
is all one universe.
It's one universe but different times. Yeah.
And they have to go fix it.
They have to go fix it.
See, he should fix it. You know, it already happened. I don't know how. See, it reminds me of a Steven Universe episode where there's this big orb thing that's like cracked and it's going off, and literally Steven and the Gems are trying to figure it out, and it comes down to Steven's dad uses the portal thingy, walks up to it and puts duct tape on it, and it works. He literally uses duct tape.
I mean,
and
that's about how this works out.
It's usually a simple fix like that you don't really realize.
So he should just have the most duct tape ever and just duct tape all the cracks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what he does.
With duct tape?
I don't know, like Alien Time Lord duct tape.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when you even just going back to this episode, like
duct tape.
Duct tape. That's a good one.
Nicely done. I was gonna say it's a similar, a very simple fix that usually happens is when you just convince the bomb that
it's a human.
That it's a human, and that's all you have to do. Like,
wow,
I feel
they
like
did Bicentennial Man better in like a 2-minute little joke speech.
Yeah, I just thought they kind of like it's.
So I do have to say, I know I've been dogging on like Amy and Rory and all that, more specifically Amy, but I think I've come, the more I watch Tenet back to back with Smith, I think I'm the most nostalgic for David Tennant, like his Doctor, but I think Matt Smith might be my favorite because he really has that intensity that Christopher Eccleston had, but then also he's funny like David Tennant.
Very goofy, and I know Jared mentioned while we were watching it. He's very bouncy. he's really energetic. He's just all over the place, like bam, bam, bam. Like he just has that energy.
That's why when when they announced the new Doctor,
Mhm.
the dude from Sex, I don't even know his name.
I know his name, but I'm gonna butcher it because
It's But anyway, they show there was this TikTok that had the scene where he was dancing in Sex Education. Like,
Yeah.
this is what our doctor's gonna be.
Yeah.
And all excited, which is really cool. But don't act like it's the first time a doctor has done that.
No, and I think, and again, I'm jumping away from this episode in particular, but you mentioned the bouncing, like the energy. I think that's part of the reason why Capaldi lost me a little bit, is because I feel like he, like,
Old.
yeah, well, I mean, like, coming off coming off of Matt Smith, like, literally a golden retriever that just runs around, running into things.
He's like the old bloodhound in front of the
Exactly.
in front of the fireplace, just moseying around.
And I'm not saying that that's bad. It's obviously each person's taste, but just when you coming off of the energy that Matt Smith brought, it took a second to get used to, and I couldn't.
Did you
turn
finish
that page.
Capaldi?
No, that's where I dropped off.
So this is a you problem.
It is me.
I
It's
will
absolutely me.
also say that Series 5 and Matt Smith Doctor
Mhm.
is at the height of Stephen Moffat writing
Yes, it is.
before it starts to get stale and repetitive.
Exactly. Which I know I've mentioned Sherlock before because Moffat was the showrunner for that, and that's the same exact thing. Sherlock, when it was at its best, was really, really entertaining, and then once it hits that cusp, once it jumps the shark, once it goes over, you're like, I don't know. And I think I wanted to bring this up. I feel like the thing that Moffat is really good at writing is mystery. I like him,
believe
like the
that.
Doctor just trying to figure out what's happening. I think is the best writing. Like that's where the most entertaining stuff comes from. Him just trying to figure.
Well, I
out.
think that's the reason why Don't Blink or Blink or look up what the episode is called, please.
Now I'm curious. I want to remember.
I think it's Don't Blink. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But that's why it's the best is because
Is it
it's
Series 3?
yes.
Yeah.
Blink.
Ah, you're right. Nice.
Anyway, I think that's why that one works so well is because it's two people figuring out what this is, and it's not the Doctor. You kind of see the Doctor from time to time.
I know. Yeah,
but
it's the crazy part is that he's not the main character of that. He pops up because he's telling them like what kind of what the issue is, but like, are they playing a tape?
Yeah.
They're
well, so
watching
the thing
something.
is that he's on the special features of a particular of every DVD
Okay.
in the one dude's in Sally Sparrow's
Mhm.
collection. He's on the special features of every DVD that she owns,
Mm-hmm.
and she just never watches them because I think apart from one of our main hosts here, nobody ever watches special features
Hey, I love special features too. I really truly do.
as much as him though. Like,
Probably.
I don't watch that many.
you really?
Oh.
You buy those nice Criterions, you don't watch the special features?
I read the booklet.
That's fair.
Okay, that counts for something.
Yeah, I get a lot of crap for that. For like, you don't even watch the features. Like I sometimes do. I mostly read the booklets.
That's fair. I do also want to mention that I know when we talked when we were watching it, like the very first thing we all mentioned, I know Jake's but the theme song.
Oh yeah.
The theme song for the Matt Smith era is the best. It's the best.
I don't think it changes much between Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi. The show went through a major rehaul
Well, you can tell.
between Tennant and Smith.
You can tell they got a lot more money too. Like you can see it. Like I love that we're doing this, and I love that we started with.
I sort of think that I sort of think that also it was a Russell T Davies thing, like
I mean,
because that's where the showrunner switch to
yeah.
was Tennant to Smith.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like because the T. Davies and Tennant era was so popular that they were starting to like get more of a budget and get more money.
Mhm.
And then I think when Moffat came in with that newer budget, maybe he just knew how to use that budget better.
I don't know. I know that some of my favorite episodes are from specifically this season of Matt Smith,
Mhm.
and Jenna Coleman is my favorite, probably companion.
Really,
Um,
out of all the campaigns,
Clara,
Clara?
yeah. I just she's fun to watch.
She is fun to watch.
She's clever and energetic.
Mm-hmm. Which, yeah,
and not in love with the Doctor.
Yeah, I want and I know you said it before, and I'll reiterate it because it's a good point. I like the companion to have a story arc and to be able to stand on their own.
That's why Rory is so compelling.
Yeah.
Even if he is like, why are you hooked on this woman, man?
Right. It's so interesting just to see that. And I like, just in this episode specifically, I know you're kind of bouncing all around Doctor Who, but
yeah,
I just like, because I feel like Amy, like, and I know there's plenty of episodes and other ones that they just have stuff to do on their own, but I really like that. I like when the companion has to help out the Doctor rather than the Doctor having to do everything on his own. And I know they do that a lot, and I like it when they do that. I don't like it when it seems like the Doctor has to do everything himself. But is there anything else you want to about this episode in particular? Jared, I know you haven't talked much, but did you enjoy it at least?
Yeah, I did. I liked it better than the Tennant ones.
Oh, good. Why?
The Tennant ones felt like there wasn't a lot happening stretched over 2 episodes. Okay. This felt like
this was much more snappy.
Yep, and
it's witty. It's got that
it's just ridiculously stupid, like you were saying.
You're talking about the planes flying.
So when I was thinking about it's like this is what those 2 Tennant episodes didn't have. Nothing. It was so serious, and that's fine. But then it was serious, but also had some really dumb stuff that was fun. It's like, yeah, I kind of have fun because the Eccleston one is intense, but it's much smaller in scale.
Mm-hmm. It kind of fits the budget in the
because it's basically we're in this confined space. It's big, but like we can't let it out, and that works very well. And then the Tennant thing is like it's a world thing through New York, and then this one is a world thing through London. So
yeah.
But they had more fun with it, I think.
That's fair. I do think.
And you can see the budget getting bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, the other funny thing I want to say about like the Cran Daleks.
Yeah, the Cran.
They're very intimidating because they're as tall as he is.
I do like that. Yeah, they made them.
But
taller.
they didn't really. I don't know if they didn't test them well, but I don't remember them using them a whole lot. Like those specific
that's
ones.
That's a very good point.
Like I only remember, I think. Maybe
They might
one
pop up 1 or 2 more times.
like I only remember it specifically one more time with Matt Smith.
I wonder if it's
and that was the one with Oswin.
Oh, yeah.
Where she's inside with the souffles and
yeah. Well, I half wonder if it's because they're colorful and they're not as intimidating because they're colorful. It could be something as simple as that.
I don't know, but they're as tall as him though.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything else you want to mention before we head out today? All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. It has been a great episode talking about Matt Smith's Doctor. I think we're doing one more Matt Smith.
No.
Or is it just Capaldi is next?
Capaldi.
All right. So, yeah, next week, make sure to stay tuned. We're going to get some Capaldi action coming at you. So, in the meantime.
Into the
In the meantime.
It's kind of a stupid
If
episode.
you like us and you want to follow us, Jared, where can they find us?
Oh, boy. See, Matt Smith is funny.
Hey,
and so is our TikTok. There, I'll be quick for you.
All right.
So you should follow us.
You better see some Matt Smith dancing memes.
You can bet I'm going to get some Matt Smith going for this.
Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and the Facebook. And you can listen to us on Google Podcasts, Evil Overlord, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. And hey, watch, like, subscribe, and ring our bell here on YouTube.
Hold up.
Absolutely.
Did you know our TikTok is funny?
Yeah.
All right. And also, really quick, do not forget to rate us on Apple, on Spotify, anything else. It helps make us look good. So, from all of us here at All Slate Media, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Make sure to stay tuned for more awesome content coming your way very soon. But until the next time, don't forget.
Take a bite.
Bite me off a piece of that. Bite-sized Thursday!